Okay guys, it is the 22nd of June. Seems to be never ending with these cars, including now the daily. So today we are going to be troubleshooting why the EcoBoost is squealing. Sounds a lot like it's a dry belt scenario. I don't know if I need to change the tensioner, but we're gonna try and find out today. I've already did the car shuffle, moved the STI on this side, temporarily put the EcoBoost out in the street so that I can move the NSX and be able to work in this area. So yeah, I think I'm kind of contemplating on the idea that maybe it's time for me to get a more reliable daily. I've been spending a good amount of money on the EcoBoost lately, so it's almost 130,000 miles. She's still running well, but I may just not necessarily trade her up or get rid of her, but get something in addition to that. But I'm running out of space here, so the Evo is out in the street as well for now, but maybe something a little bit more economical. So all right, let's get this done today. Hopefully it's something simple, that it's just a belt, but we're definitely gonna try and troubleshoot why it's squealing. Okay guys, so you heard the noise as I pulled her in the garage. I'm hoping it's just a belt or the tensioner. I posted a video on, I think it was last year, on when I did the tensioner on this EcoBoost. So I'll post the link up above, and if that's what you guys need to do, check that out. Hopefully that's it, because if it's anything other than that, whether it be the main pulley, the alternator, AC compressor, it's going to be a bit more to do, a bit more undertaking than what I would like. It's already time consuming enough as it is to get the tensioner replaced. Because of the tight space I got here, I got to go underneath the car, and I don't have the skinny hands or the skinny forearms that would make it easy for me to get that done, but I can get it done nonetheless. But anyway, hopefully it's nothing extreme. Like I said, hopefully it's just a belt. So let me get this truck up and see what we've got. Okay guys, she is up. All I need to do, if I remember correctly, is just remove this liner or just peel it back to be able to see what's going on back there. I'll throw some lighting on here because I remember the last video that I shot concerning the tensioner replacement. Didn't have too much lighting behind there, so didn't help you guys much when trying to follow through that. But anyway, let's get some lighting in here and see what's going on. I decided to just kind of go underneath there because it is exposed. Let me get underneath there, and that's the belt. And let's see if I can get closer. And if you notice, That's a lot of play. So I'm going to guess that the safe guess is the tensioner is done, not providing the tension that it needs. So I am going to go and get another one and replace it. That's pretty tight. That pulley's tight. There is some play on here, and hopefully that's the AC compressor, so hopefully that doesn't go. Anyway, let's go get the tensioner. I'm probably not going to get the same brand like I did the last time because it only lasted, what, a year? So maybe this time I'll go OE if they're open. Okay, so I peeled back the liner, and you guys should have a better view. Just get closer here. Better view on what's going on here. So it's not providing. See how loose this thing is? So this thing is just wobbling all over the place. So that thing failed. So I'm gonna need to replace this and get something else. Okay, so I got it out, and if you guys can see, it's really loose and it's not providing the tension that it needs. I don't know what broke inside, but belt's still good. But I believe this has a 2-year warranty, so I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get a replacement for it. It should be for free. I shouldn't have to pay for anything, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if they'll honor it. Okay, and just I don't know if I covered it on the last time, but it's really a tight fit up there. So the best thing to do is so that you don't have to worry about threading it in and messing that up. So what I would do is pretty much just get this part, the top part, get that threaded in before you actually swing it up, and then thread this one before you tighten it. So these two are pretty easily reached from the bottom. This is pretty tight with the coolant hose. Is that even a coolant hose? Well, this hose right here, and I'm pretty sure that's the rad because there's a fan connected to it. So this is a rad hose. And then you got the AC line here. Is it the AC line or power steering? AC, this guy right here. So it's difficult to reach it in there. Best thing you can do is to get the box wrench and to just somehow squeeze your hand in there just to place it so that you can get underneath and somehow reach into it and just either tighten it or loosen it. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. I'm gonna go to the parts store that I got that from, get it replaced, hopefully, and it's basically the reversal of what I just did. And if you guys want a better reference, go check out my post on installing this. And as a quick update on the 330, you guys can recall from our last post concerning this car, this pipe blew. I mean, literally blew coolant all over the place. It was luckily half a block away. We were able to drive it to the normal spot that she sits in front of the house. So we just left it that way. Was dejected. We weren't quite sure if it was a blown head gasket or what have you. So we just left it there for the duration of the winter. Beginning of the summer, Miles, my son, started to he basically replaced this, bled the coolant system, drove it around for a while. There was some leakage that we found but it was just because of not really tightening things down, and drove it, I don't know, maybe a good 10 or 20 miles or so, and she's held. So we're thinking that it was probably because he had just a lot of air in the system, and that's why it blew. Fingers crossed, that's what we're hoping that it is. But he's had some electrical issues since, and so part of the stuff that he's doing is he's swapping out the instrument cluster. Not sure what that's about. If he can explain a little bit more, if we go into detail on what he's doing with his car, maybe on another post. He's changing out the heater core valve because he seems to think that that's not working. And I think the electrical issues that he's having after he drove this around and settled on the coolant issues is that the fact that, you know, we left it there after it leaked with coolant, exploded with coolant, I should say. I wouldn't be surprised if critters got underneath that, thinking, you know, sweet smell, thinking it's something that they can eat. Probably chewed on some wiring. I don't know. So maybe we'll do a little bit more digging on another post to cover the details on what Miles is doing with this car. But she's back on the road. Hopefully the coolant holds up and it's not a BHG. So we'll post more on the 330 in the upcoming months. It's a project. He doesn't want to get rid of it. He's been delaying it. He'd like to be able to take this back to school after our trip from Japan. And speaking of which, if you guys want to follow, I think I'm going to document the entire trip. That's really just mostly the car related stuff. Yeah, hopefully you find that interesting. I should be leaving, well, I will be leaving in the next month or so, spending at least 6 weeks there. So it should be a fairly fun time, and I'll try to get as much car content as I can out of that, out of those posts. As you can tell, I'm a big JDM guy, so whatever I can capture that's JDM or car related, I will. So stay tuned, and catch you guys on the next post. I'm not gonna go ahead and finish the coverage on this because, like I said, you guys could check out the previous post. It's just basically the reversal of what I'm doing now. Putting in a new one, just slapping on the wheels back, and she's back on the road. All right, I got the new tensioner, new belt on. It's gonna take a quick video because this might provide a better lighting for you than my last video. So the two left bolts are, well, actually they're all 8mm, but the two left bolts are better loosened or tightened with a small wrench and a socket. And the top one, since I couldn't reach it, if you can kind of make your way up to the top, use a box wrench. And I fared better with this than the socket wrench because it doesn't fit.